Everyone's always asking me, what lens do you use to make your videos look like that? And every time I say it, people are shocked. Because it's not some crazy Sony G Master lens, it doesn't even have autofocus. This is the SMC Pentax 28mm f2.8, a manual lens from the 1980s, and I picked it up for around $100. And honestly, it completely changed how my videos look. This thing's fully manual, no autofocus, no optical image stabilization, none of that. But the image it gives you is so nice. It's got that subtle vintage softness, that creamy contrast, those dreamy flares that modern lenses just don't give you anymore. My favorite thing about it is that it doesn't look digital, it looks filmic, like you shot it on a reel of Kodak 50D. And because it's an older lens, it has little imperfections, but those imperfections are what give it character. The edges soften a bit, the highlights bloom just a touch, and instead of looking like a typical YouTube video, it looks like a short film. I shoot a lot of my sunrise beach content to get those moody golden hour vibes, and I always reach for this lens. The color roll-off is so natural, it renders skin tones in a warm, honest way. It's hard to describe it, but this lens just feels right. Whenever I shoot on this lens and go to color grade, the images just come out better. And when I use a Sony lens, there's just too much contrast and like a digital sharpness to the image. It's hard to explain, but if you've ever shot on a vintage lens, you know what I'm talking about. When I film with this lens, it feels like I'm creating an emotion. Now, yeah, it's a manual focus lens, which means that you have to work a bit harder, but here's some tips that I use to make that easier. Tip number 1, focus peaking. Turn this on your camera. Your subject will light up red or whatever color you choose when the image is sharp. Makes nailing focus way easier. Tip number 2, zoom to focus. Before you hit record, punch into your subject to get tack sharp focus, then zoom back out and hit record. Tip number 3, use an external monitor. This changed everything for me. It's hard to judge sharpness on a tiny little screen, but with a 5 or even a 7-inch monitor with focus peaking on, it's literally a cheat code. Tip number 4, stick to intentional movements. Because it's manual, this lens shines with controlled shots, like a slight push in. Or since I shoot a lot of this stuff alone, I just use a tripod. That way I can focus on the actual framing and let the composition do all the work. It forces you to slow down and actually compose your shots, which makes your work feel way more professional. When I first started out, I thought I needed the most expensive lens to get cinematic results, but this little $100 lens taught me that vision is greater than gear. It made me better at composing, better at focusing, and honestly, it made me fall in love with shooting again. There's something about using gear with history. You're telling modern stories with vintage glass, and the results just speak for themselves. So if you're trying to make your videos more cinematic, you don't need to drop $2,000 on a lens. Start with something like this Pentax 28mm. It's cheap, it's sharp, it's beautiful, and most importantly, it'll make you think like a filmmaker. And if you're a content creator trying to land clients, shoot better content, and build a real brand around your work, I'm building a private school community for cinematic creators. We're gonna go deep into gear, color grading, shooting, and how to actually get paid for doing this. So if that sounds like something you want in on, then stay tuned because that'll be coming out in the near future. I love you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next week with another one.